Hello everyone, it's Nasim and I'm going to present this work today, Aggregating Sequence Labels from Crowds and Optimization Approach. This is a joint project in Data and Knowledge Mining Group under Dr. Chili's supervision. As we all know, label data is abundant these days. To annotate a dataset, people with domain expertise are needed. However, these people are not always available, and if they are available, they are very expensive for companies to hire. This has led us to the thriving of crowdsourcing platforms introduced by Ho in 2008, such as Amazon Mechanical Turk, Crowdflower, and so on. You can find a bunch of examples here in this picture. As we can see, annotators can behave differently. In this example, you can see the three annotators are annotating the same sentence in different manners. For instance, the first annotator detects Gabriel Batistuta, the whole span as a person. However, the second and the third one are behaving differently and the ground truth is something else. So the question is that which one is doing better and what is correct one? As annotation, actually the annotators lack expertise. The annotation provided by different workers cannot be used directly as ground truths in order to train the machine learning. This has led us to the foundation of this research, which is annotation aggregation. As we can see here, we have different workers hired to label the same set of data. Then we have a bunch of annotation provided by different workers that are from different background and knowledge. We want to aggregate all this annotation into one single annotated file, and then we want to claim that this annotation is most similar to the ground truth, and we can use it instead of the expert knowledge, instead of the ground truth for the purpose of supervised and semi-supervised learning. We formulate our problem as an optimization problem with respect to the W, which refers to the weight of the workers, WDL, which is the weight of the machine learning model, YIK star, which is the aggregated annotation, and theta, which is the parameter of machine learning. The first term here is the weighted cross-entropy loss function, or we can say the weighted loss function between the aggregated annotation and each worker's label. Later, we adjust this term by confidence measurement on the aggregated file. Confidence measurement shows how confident we are in this aggregation. The second term is the same weighted loss function between the annotated and aggregated annotation and the machine learning prediction. We also adjust this term by the confidence measurement. The third term is a constraint to make sure that this two term never goes to the minus infinity. And the last one is the loss of inconsistency. By loss of inconsistency, we mean, for example, in any R data set, we need to follow BIOS format in labeling. If someone does not obey the rules, so we need to punish. Here, we introduce our loss of inconsistency function very strict as 0 and 1. If the probability of one label given the previous one is valid, I mean, is positive more than 0, so there is no punishment for that. But if someone disobeys the rule, we will punish it by 1. It means that if, for instance, I comes first and then we have B, it means that this person does not follow the consistency between the token in a given span. We want to minimize the overall weighted loss to the truth in which reliable workers have high weight. And also the aggregated annotation should be close to the annotation from reliable workers. In order to solve this problem, we run 3 steps by doing block coordinate descent approach. To minimize the objective function, we iteratively conduct the following 3 steps. The first one is workers' weight update. In order to update the weight of the workers, because we have 2 sets of parameters, we need to first fix the value for the aggregated annotation, which is YIK star, and then compute the workers' weight by computing the derivative of the objective function with respect to the W. WDL, which refers to the weight of the machine learning, will be updated in the same way. This is the closed form solution for the updating of a weight of the worker. The second step is aggregated annotation update. With having the updated W, we can now fix the value for weight. It means WJ and WDL are fixed, and then we compute the derivative of the objective function with respect to the aggregated annotation. Because for this one, we don't have closed form solutions, so we are going to show it as an argument which minimizes these terms. And in the last term is updating our machine learning with updated aggregated, and weight, we update the deep learning model. In our model, deep learning prediction will be considered as an extra set of label, like an extra worker. Here is the experimental result. Comparing NER and PICO dataset, as we can see here, actually NER is performing better. It's because PICO needs more expert knowledge in annotation, so crowd workers provide much noisier label in PICO. Majority voting provides high precision but significantly lower recall. It shows that the workers tend to behave conservatively when annotating the corpus. Between HMM crowd and BSC-SIG, which are two strong baseline in our research, in general, BSC-SIG model is actually improved the results compared to majority. Both of them actually improved the result compared to majority voting by considering workers' reliability. And between these two baseline, BSC performs better on the span level. It means SFON. It shows that the full Bayesian model can capture the transition among sequential labels better. But our proposed model, OSLA, further improved the results. It shows that OSLA outperforms baseline on the span level in terms of a strict F1 score on both data sets, and also provides the best and the second best F1 score on both data sets, as we can see here. We also show in two different figures the workers' weight with respect to F1 score and the objective function convergence. As the workers' reliability estimation is one of the important and major key to obtain high quality aggregation results, we estimate these parameters in the left figure. We plot the estimated weight with respect to their actual F1 score. The worker score here rank based on their actual strict F1 score. As we can see, there is a strong positive correlation between weight of the workers and their actual F1 score. On the right plot, we show that our objective function converges. The value of objective function decreases in the first 3 iterations, and then in the next 2 iterations, I mean iteration 4 and 5, as we can see, it converges to the stable point, which shows that it quickly converges. Actually, in our main work, we also theoretically prove this part. Here are the list of our baseline that we compare our work: majority voting, CRFMA, which is a probabilistic approach, HMM crowd, which relaxed the assumption and proposed a hidden Markov model, BSC-SIG that proposed a fully Bayesian approach. We will be very happy to get your question in the presentation session. Thank you so much for your attention.